What would you do for love? Would you sell your soul? He did, and he fell in love with the one he shouldn't have. This is the story of a man who searched for love in the darkness and found it. But the price will freeze your blood. Prepare to descend into an abyss of terror and forbidden romance.
My romantic history looked like a collection of natural disasters. Every relationship ended in a whirlwind of tears, accusations, and deafening silence. Loneliness had become my constant shadow, a quiet reminder of my inability to find that elusive thing called true love. Desperation began to nest in my chest, feeding on every empty night and every morning without an embrace. In my anguish, I heard rumors about an old sorcerer who lived on the outskirts of town, a man who they said could grant wishes in exchange for a price. The idea turned my stomach, but the need to love and be loved was a fire consuming my reason. Without thinking too much, one afternoon I ventured to his humble dwelling, a place that smelled of strange herbs and ancient mysteries.
The sorcerer, with his piercing eyes and bony hands, listened to my plea in silence. He didn't judge me. He simply nodded with a chilling solemnity. He spoke of ancient rituals, cosmic energies, and the importance of understanding the consequences of my desires. I nodded along, blind to any warning, with only one image in my mind, a future filled with affection. The ritual was strange, a dance of shadows and incomprehensible whispers under the light of a waning moon. The sorcerer gave me a small amulet, cold to the touch, and told me my wish would come true. But the price would inevitably reveal itself in due time. I returned home with a mix of hope and fear, trying not to dwell on the vagueness of his words.
The following days passed with familiar monotony. I doubted the ritual had worked, thinking I had been a fool to believe in such superstitions. Until that night. I left work with the urge to drown my sorrows in a local bar called The Last Drink. The noise and dim lights offered slight comfort to my lonely soul. I sat in a corner, sipping a beer, barely paying attention to my surroundings, when I saw her.
She entered the bar like an apparition, dressed in deep black that contrasted eerily with the paleness of her skin. Her dark hair fell in soft waves over her shoulders, framing a face of ethereal, almost unreal beauty. Her eyes, whose color I couldn't distinguish in the dim light, shone with magnetic intensity. It was love at first sight, a sharp strike straight to the heart that left me breathless.
She sat not far from me, and an invisible force pushed me to approach her. Her voice, when she spoke, was soft as silk. It carried a mysterious echo that sent chills down my spine. We introduced ourselves, and her name, Liliana, sounded like an ancient, forgotten melody. The first weeks with Liliana were a dream come true. She was intelligent, charming, and possessed a deep understanding of my desires and fears. For the first time in a long while, I felt seen, loved, complete. We walked through dark parks, talked for hours under the moonlight, and her kisses carried the intoxicating chill of the night.
But a shadow began to creep into our happiness. Liliana would only see me after nightfall, offering vague and contradictory excuses to avoid the sunlight.
The sun hurts me. I get migraines during the day. My family is complicated.
She said bright light made her feel unwell. At first, I accepted it without question, intoxicated by her presence in the dark. Little by little, her evasions became stranger. Sometimes her eyes would cloud with infinite sadness, and her words carried unsettling hints. One night, I saw her standing in front of my bathroom mirror. She had no reflection. I brushed it off, blaming the alcohol we had drunk. That same night, she whispered to me in bed.
Come with me where I live. We'll be free, but you won't be able to return.
I asked her where that place was. She only smiled.
Where time does not exist.
One night, while we walked through an old cemetery, she said in a voice heavy with melancholy,
I don't fully belong to this world, my love, but you are the reason I cling to it.
Those words, spoken in the darkness, sent a chill through me I couldn't explain. I tried to ignore them, convincing myself they were part of her artistic sensitivity, her mysterious nature. But doubt began to gnaw at my heart. One day, Liliana asked me, again, to move in together. She spoke of a secluded place, a refuge where our happiness would be eternal.
There, we will truly be happy, my love. But you must understand, if you come with me, there is no turning back.
Those same words again. No turning back. Fear began to mix with love, creating a bitter sweetness inside me. One night, driven by curiosity and growing unease, I followed her. She said she had urgent business and left my apartment before dusk, something she had never done before. I watched her get into an old car with no license plates, driven by a shadowy figure hidden in darkness. I followed at a distance. The car led us out of the city, along winding roads, until we reached an abandoned mansion atop a hill. The building stood against the night sky like a dark, threatening skeleton. Liliana and the driver entered. After waiting a moment, I approached cautiously. A window on the ground floor was slightly open. I looked inside. No one. So I went in. Inside, I found only one thing. A dusty, yellowed photograph lying on the floor. It showed a grave, dated 1923. The name on it read, Liliana Volante. Liliana was not of this world. She was something else, something ancient and dark. The love she had offered me was not the love I longed for, but a sinister bond, one that transcended life and death. The price the sorcerer had mentioned was my soul. I ran from the mansion, terror gripping every cell in my body. I could barely breathe. The air felt thick and suffocating. I returned home and locked every door and window, as if that could protect me from what I had discovered. The next day, when I confronted the sorcerer, he
He spat.
I told you the price was your life. She is not a lover. She is the spirit of a woman who, like you, was alone, desperately searching for love that never came. You made the pact. She accepted. Now she has come for you.
That's when I knew. There was no escape. A pact is a pact. Since that night, my days are numbered. I feel her presence in the shadows, in the silence before dawn. Sometimes I hear her whisper my name, a cold melody that freezes my bones. I've tried to say goodbye to my family and friends.
But how do you explain that you fell in love with death? That she's coming to claim you? The darkness closes in on me, thicker each night. I see her in my dreams, her glowing eyes and melancholic smile. She waits for me in that place where happiness is eternal, but life fades forever. And though terror paralyzes me, a part of me, the part that once felt loved in the darkness, cannot help but feel a sting of sadness, knowing we will soon be together, beyond the veil of life and death. The price was too high. I know that now. But in those fleeting moments of shared darkness, I believed I had found love. And for that illusion, I am willing to pay the ultimate price. She is coming for me. And this time, I cannot escape.
Now, I write this at 3:33 a.m. with the windows sealed. Liliana scratches at the door, her nails echoing like bones against wood. A pact is a pact, she whispers. Tomorrow, my family will receive this letter. And when the clock strikes midnight, her black dress will wrap around my bed, and her cold breath will seal my eyes.
I wanted love, and she gave it to me. Because even death knows how to love, and it charges dearly for it. If you ever think loneliness is your worst enemy, remember this story. Sometimes the darkness embraces you too tightly, and by then, it's already too late.